Welcome back to Mrs. D's Music Studio. This is a different view than I normally do for my beginning of my videos. So I'm trying out a different way, so please let me know if you like this way or not. We will be starting with our bass cleft to identify underneath of the staff. So we will be graduating today from inside the staff to underneath of it. Then we will be working on our theory concept lessons, which will be online virtual screen, as I always do with you guys, just to explain you how accidentals work. So you are learning what all of these accidental black keys are today. However, we are not really using them today. This will be used in the future. So it kind of helps you prepare for what is to come. Then next we will be working on our paper PDF files for 2 separate piano lessons. So I believe it's piano lesson 5 and 6, but I'll put a little insert down here if I was incorrect. A long day. And then I will insert how to play those exercises. You will receive 1 piece of music today, and that will be Ode to Joy, where you will practice right hand, left hand, and then in parallel motion. So you will finally see how parallel motion goes in with a song and how that affects your hand movements for left and right. Once we finish all that material, then I will reconvene with you at the end of this video. Once again, thank you for joining me today, and grab a cup of coffee or some tea and enjoy the video. So we are going to work on theory lesson number 6, which is about steps and accidentals. So a step is, I want you to think of like going up and down your stairs. You have to take a step up or a step down, right? And accidentals are markings that identify changes in the note's sound. So both of these are going to be explained in today's lesson. We're going to start with the half step. So a half step is other known as a semitone. It is the distance from one key on the keyboard to the next adjacent key. Now, you'll see we have key number 1 and key number 2. They are a half step away from each other because they are directly next to each other. So 1 is here, 2 is this black key. They are a half step, okay? A half step is not always from a white key to a black key, though. This example shows here when we're looking at our E and F, they are directly next to each other. So they are a half step because they are next door to each other. A whole step, or a whole tone, or simply just a tone, is the same distance as 2 half steps. So this will be shown with example 1. We have our first key, our second key, and our third key. From 1 to 2, that is a half step. From 2 to 3, that is another half step. From 1 to 3, that is a whole step, because 2 halves make 1 whole. Think of it that way. An accidental is a sign that is used to raise or lower the pitch of a note. Okay, so here we have our first accidental is going to be a flat, and the next one is going to be a sharp. Now, a flat lowers the note by a half step, while the sharp raises the note by a half step. So think of flat tire, piercing sound. It kind of upgrades it a little bit. Now, if you were ever composing your own music in the future, you could use a hashtag symbol, aka the number £, to represent the sharp, and then a B, lowercase b, to represent the flat. Now, let's kind of look at the black key in between C and D. In between C and D, this would be called C sharp because it is raised a half step above C. However, it could also be called D flat because it is half step lowered from D. Another example would be E and F. So E could easily be called F flat because it is a half step down from F. Likewise, F could be called E flat because it is raised a half step. Whenever a certain pitch has multiple names, it is called enharmonic spelling. Now we're going to discuss double flat and double sharp. These symbols look kind of crazy, but we're going to try and, make sense of it. Now, while flats and sharps alter the note by the half step, a double flat and double sharp and double sharp alter a note from a whole step. So remember that two halves make a whole. One of these symbols is one half step down or up. Two of them would be a whole. Okay. When you are composing music, if you choose to do that in the future, you could simply use an X to represent the double sharp and two lowercase b's to represent the double flat. So let's kind of look at this example. For example, D and E double flat have the same pitch. Since you can reach D by going a whole step or two half steps down from E. D also sounds the same as C double sharp because it is a whole step above C. Now, the last symbol we're going to talk about for our accidentals is going to be natural. So a natural cancels out A natural cancels out any accidental that is currently in your music and returns the note back to its original white key. Okay? Original white key. This is your Control-Alt-Delete button in music. So when you see this and you've had like flats and sharps and double flats and double sharps, if you see this guy pop up on that specific note, these guys don't matter anymore. This is what we stick with. We will do more naturals in an upcoming lesson. This is just to kind of get your feet wet with understanding steps and accidentals. All right, we are now going to discuss bass cleft below the staff. So you see that we have our bass cleft up here on our staff and we have our first note. Our first note would be an A because we know all cows eat grass. The next note would be a G because good boys do fine always. What would this one be? If we used our alphabetical in reverse, we know that this is G. What comes before G in the music alphabet? F. And before F, E. So this would be an E. We already know we had an E. A half step above that would be an F. And so on and so forth. It would just keep continuing for you. Now, for this test that you'll be doing, we are only increasing by 2 notes because this is a new cleft in general. So it is a toughie to get used to learning. However, with 2 notes increase, it kind of just gives you the stepping stone for lower and higher above. We will be doing above the staff next week by a few notes, and you will find a common ground denominator there. So you will see how this works out next week. But for this week, you will be doing the test notation on below the staff and inside the staff only. You'll do that 2 separate tests by sending your reports to me like you have been. And that way we can make sure everything seems to be lining up for you. Okay? All right, we are going to start with our paper lessons with piano lesson number 4. Sorry, my brain doesn't want to work today. So on piano lesson number 4, it takes us to Unit 2, page number 24. We are going to talk a little bit about the white keys today. At the top, you see that we have whole note, which is a very long note. Simply, if we were to thinking about it in a time signature of 4/4, that would be 4 whole beats. Right? So a whole note just gets held for the 4 beats. Okay? We are going to be working with this next exercise on F, G, A, and B groups. So this is why we did our last assignment last week to understand where our keys were, because we are going to actually be moving up and down on our keyboard today. Number 1 is going to be with use of our right hand first. So with your right hand, your thumb will be placed on F, which is slightly above middle C. Your second finger will be on G, third will be on A, and fourth will be on B. You will then follow the sequence of what it is telling you to do. You will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 1 and 3 will come down at the same time to hold for 4 beats. After you do that, you will lift and move to your next group and repeat it all the way till you get to the top of the keyboard. Now we are going to work on number 2. Number 2 is with your left hand. As you can see, you are going to be above middle C to start. So your thumb will be on B. Your pointer or your second finger will be on A. Your third finger or ringman is going to be, middleman is going to be on G, and your fourth finger ringman is going to be on F. From this point, you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 3 come down together. You will then lift, and you will move to your next group, all the way down the piano. Lesson number 5 is going to be about time signatures and beats. Now, we have learned about our time signature in our past theory lessons. We learned about the quarter note, the half note, the dotted half note, and the whole note. See, all these theory lessons are starting to come together now because we are building things up. For our first exercise, we are going to be working with our left hand to start. So with our left hand, we are going to put, for number 1, our left hand, our fifth finger, C, is going to be on the C below middle C, okay? So your fifth finger is going to be on C, your fourth will be on D, third will be on E, second will be on F, and first will be on G. You will then follow the rhythmic pattern here, where it's going your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Now we are going to work on number 2. This is where our fingers are still in the same position as we did exercise 1, but we are now going to be starting with our first finger. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For the third exercise, you will be you will be starting with your third finger. So your third finger is what's going to start it, and you are going to go 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. For your fourth exercise, you are going to be working with your first finger to start. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we did all of our warm-ups with our left hand. Now we are going to do our right hand. Our right hand position will start at middle C, where our thumb is on C, and every note following will have an independent finger. So we're very commonly using this formation for a lot of our work the past few weeks. So this is a very quick positioning for you. Once you get positioned up, your first exercise will start with C, which is your first finger, and you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Now we are going to do number 2. Number 2 consists of starting with 5, and it's going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For your third exercise, you are going to start with your third finger, and it's going to go like this. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. And lastly, for the exercise for your right hand, you will be starting with your fifth finger. So your G is what you're going to start with, and you're going to go 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have now reached our final explanation and practice piece that we will be doing this week. So I think every single one of us at one point in time has heard the song Ode to Joy, whether it be from cartoons, whether it be from actual Beethoven symphony, in school, out of school. There are places that use this quite frequently, and it's very simply heard when we start playing it. So we are actually going to be doing this dual-handed. As you can see, there's a right hand and a left hand. Our right hand position will be on our middle C with our thumb, and each finger gets its own, up to your fifth finger being on G. And for your left hand, your fifth finger is going to be on C. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to do your right hand only. So that's where you're playing strictly right-handed and you're hitting your E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, all the way through to the end of this piece right here. So this is just for your right hand. Then when you finish your right hand, I want you to play your left hand. You will be doing the same process, E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, and all the way to the end, okay? Once you complete both of those, you are then going to put your hands together. This is what's going to be called parallel motion, right? We just practiced this last week with C major scale. So with parallel motion, your fingers are mirroring each other, or not mirroring each other, sorry. They are mimicking each other in the correct motion of ascent and descent. So that means your third finger will go down. However, at one point, your thumb, your first finger on your left hand, and your fifth finger on your right hand are going to be the ones moving. Okay? I will go ahead and demonstrate this for you so you know what the song sounds like and how to correctly time your beats. Okay? So I will play that for you now. All right, we've made it to the end of the video. I'm very proud of you guys for sticking around this long. So I want you to send me, or at least comment to me, what your favorite part about this video. Are you excited about learning how to play with two hands officially? Are you nervous? Did you really like the theory lesson? Tell me what your favorite part about this video was, so that way I know if I am in the right direction. Once again, remind yourself to give yourself some grace. You are learning how to play music from scratch. I am very proud of you. So I hope you all have a musical day.